A big part of data science is simply getting data. It's hard. In reality, after you figure out the question you need to answer, you'll likely spend 90% of your time just trying to get everything collected and loading in a way you can analyze it. This is the life of a data scientist, and what enables us to do amazing things. In this series of videos, you'll learn a few different ways to load data into Jupyter, identifying basic data problems with that data, and then go through some of the processes of data cleaning. You'll also learn a little bit about why you should care about data pre-processing and cleaning in the first place. With that, let's start by loading data in from 3 different sources: a spreadsheet we create ourselves, a Git repository that we will also create, and a PDF that has a table of data in it. Alright, first things first, we're going to create a very simple data file in Excel just to show kind of, behind the scenes what all this stuff is really looking like. So open up your favorite kind of spreadsheet program. I don't care what it is. Here is this glorious example of Microsoft Excel, but of course, there are a wide variety of other free options that you could use, like there's LibreOffice has actually a free version of Microsoft Excel if you have nothing on your computer and you need something, or if you don't even want to download anything, you can just go to sheets.google.com, and if you log in, you can then create a spreadsheet and you can do whatever you want. So there's a lot of different options. Again, it does not matter how you generate this particular CSV. But I'm going to use Excel. So do try to follow roughly the same format I do, but this is really just going to be an example, so it doesn't matter too much. So CSVs, all they are is a comma representative kind of way to store and pass data around. So I'm going to do a very simple example. Let's create 3 different columns of data here. Let's call this student, and then let's call this height, and let's call this grade. And so under student, you would commonly have something, names like David and Joan and Peg. And then under height, it's whatever, it doesn't matter, 5, 4, and 3. And then for grade, again, it doesn't matter, type in whatever you want. So this is kind of a very simple data frame where we have information on 3 different students. We know what their heights are and their grades are. And so, in the real world, obviously, you'll have massive data frames, but they're generally stored in a format that's somewhat similar to this. So we'll go ahead and save this. I'm going to do File, Save As. And in this particular case, I'm going to go ahead and save it to my, my desktop, but you can save this to wherever you want. And I'm going to save this. You saw this little Save As file type down here. I'm going to save this as a CSV. So I'm going to click this little CSV button. You'll note, by the way, there's a few different CSV options. There's one here, and then one here as well, and then one here as well, and one here as well. It doesn't matter for the purposes of this tutorial which one you pick. There you get slightly different flavors of CSVs, and that results in slightly different types of encoding. You don't have to worry about any of that, and we can handle it in Jupyter. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and name this example CSV. And again, I'm saving it over here to my desktop. So I'm going to click Save. Okay, voila. So let's actually take a look at what that looks like. So I'm going to open up a program called Notepad. And I'm going to go to File, Open. Then on my desktop, I'm going to go ahead and open up the same CSV. So you'll see down here, text documents. I'm going to change it to all files. Click on the date it was created. And here's my example CSV. So I'm going to open this. And you see here, this is all a CSV is. It's literally comma separated values. So this is what the structure of that CSV looks like. So let's go ahead and bring that into Jupyter. So I'm going to click down here and hop back over to my, my Jupyter hub. And I'm going to do the same stuff we did in the previous video. So I'm going to click on Upload up here. And go back to my desktop, choose this example CSV, and I'm going to click Open. And you'll see right here, it's kind of given me my example CSV. Go ahead and click Upload. And now we have that CSV loaded in. If I click on it in Jupyter Hub, I can see again that kind of brief example of what's going on. And now what I want to do is actually want to load this into my Jupyter Hub, kind of a Python script, so I can do some form of analysis. So I'm going to click up here on New, and I'm going to go ahead and create Python 3. And here we're going to import pandas. And we'll do as PD. You'll see this is very common to do this pandas as PD. When you're kind of Googling for solutions to things where you're stuck on something, you'll see that a lot. And what I'll just do is this PD read CSV. And in quotations. You'll remember this is example CSV.csv. So I'm going to copy this, paste it here. So this // means look in the same folder as this script lives. And you'll see here, this script right now is called untitled. It lives in the same folder as example CSV. So I'm telling it to look in the same folder, look for example CSV. So I'm going to go ahead and click run. And voila. So I now have this pandas data frame loaded in to Jupyter, and I can use it for any type of analysis that I want. So when we're loading a CSV, that's all that's happening behind the scenes. In the next video, we're going to start looking at how we can use Git to do similar types of data creation and loading.